Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife, and each one of those clips that I just showed you at the beginning of this video all have one very specific thing in common. They all belong to the Yellow Bamboo cult. But before we get into the who, what, when, why, and where of the Yellow Bamboo organization, what I'd like to do first is go back to that very first clip that I showed and do a little bit of a deep dive. This very famous clip that I'm sure all of you have probably seen around the internet and probably on Tosh.0 over and over and over again comes from a documentary called 3 Miles from Molecomb. During this clip, you can see the instructor walking around and clearly teaching these people all kinds of different drills, while the students seem to be standing there or laying on the ground having seizures for some reason.
Into the hand. Coming out there. Big breath.
Side note, people like this seem to be the same kind of people who name their kid like Tree or Fork or Earth or stupid shit like that. These kind of people seem like they're 90% more likely to start a drum circle in the middle of your house party. But I digress. Let's continue. My favorite part of this clip, which I'm sure is everyone else's favorite part as well, is the really famous part where he asks somebody from the audience to actually use this to defend themselves.
So is there anybody who wants to try defending themselves? Well, it'll work, so it doesn't really have to try, but is anybody ready?
He then selects the one lady in the crowd who looks like she wants absolutely nothing to do with that particular experiment at that time.
Shout, you ready? Yes, come here.
He walks her over to the front, he asks 2 other people to get involved and asks them to prepare her, whatever that means.
And Magnus and Rebecca, you prepare her.
And judging by the way that they're acting, they don't look like they have a clue what they're supposed to be doing either.
I don't know when I'm gonna come, so you have to prepare her quick.
That sounds like a problem you should consult your doctor about, man. Then he just like straight NFL style tackles the living shit out of that poor lady. He never once checks to see if she's okay. Rather, he just like dodges into like, I'm hurt too type thing that would happen if like you hurt your little brother and you didn't want to get in trouble, so you pretended you both got hurt. And then after he's done fake being hurt, he blames 2 other people.
Where were you guys? Where the fuck were you guys?
And still doesn't check to see if she's okay. Rather, he just starts waving his magic voodoo hands around her like, dude, she's clearly holding her butt, man. Like, it's not her chest that's in pain. You're not going to spiritually fix the broken tailbone you've caused. Like, when someone actually gets hurt, don't you think you should probably, like, stop pretending to be this magic spiritual healer and probably get someone who knows what they're doing, like a nurse or a doctor? But instead, he's just waving them mystical hands around, just hoping something happens that makes her feel better. So what exactly is this Yellow Bamboo cult that we just got done watching? Well, according to their website, Yellow Bamboo is the practice of spiritual development, healing, health, protection, and white magic founded in Singaraja in the northern tip of Bali. Also stated on the website, Yellow Bamboo is a type of inner power practice, Tenaga Dalam/Nigong. Now, if you've been following this page for a while, you would know all about Tenaga Dalam, which is a spiritual practice that you'll see a lot in Indonesia and the surrounding areas, such as where Yellow Bamboo is from, Bali. I read through the entire website, and you can check it all out for yourself. All you have to do is go right to that website and check it out. It's not that hard to find, but there was one more thing that really stood out to me. The main benefit of this combination is that Yellow Bamboo produces results quicker than most yoga practices. It is common for new practitioners training intensely to already feel the energy after only 2 to 3 days. That's right, folks. In just 2 to 3 days, you can have Tenaga Dalam superpowers. So with a claim like that, what exactly are the things that they teach? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because I got my hands on their complete level 1 through level 12 training programs. It was 4 hours and 55 minutes of just complete cult-like nonsense. And to be honest, after 4 hours and 55 minutes of watching this nonsense, I can tell you firsthand that you are much better off just doing mushrooms and chilling, listening to some music, rather than watching 4 hours and 55 minutes of this crap. Way more enlightenment in the mushrooms, I promise you. But I'll kind of give you some cliff notes, so that way you can kind of take a look at some of the things that I found comical anyway, and see for yourself. Yellow Bamboo is very big on mantras. There are mantras that you do for almost any activity involving their training, and here's one that stood out to me right off the bat.
Om Bayu Hanumam Bersatula Dalam Jiwa Ragaku. I concentrate. I am the father of the king monkey. I call the power of the king monkey to come inside of me.
I don't know about you, but I don't really want any monkey to come inside me, even a monkey that happens to be of royal descent. Here's another little strange one for you too.
You ask the three dragons to protect you, to make others do as you wish, to make sure nothing bad happens to you, or to stop the rain or make it rain. Sanghang Naga Basuki Ring Tenga Ragaku. I call the three holy dragons to come help me. The king of the dragons come into my body. Taksaka dragon come into my right hand. Antaboga dragon come into my left hand. Basuki dragon come into my face.
I also do not want a dragon to come into my face. It sounds like it would be a lot and it'd be extremely salty and probably burn a little bit. But enough with the mantras. What about actual techniques? Let's check this one out.
Okay, you're going to learn a new exercise of sport. This is the level 3 repelling and attracting exercise. And with this exercise, you'll use your hands. The fire will come out of your hands and you use it to repel somebody. You can also use it to attract somebody. So you'll stick your hands out and pull, like you're pulling with a magnet. So like that.
That seems to work really well on their practitioners. But it didn't seem to work so well on an outsider. Over the years of calling out martial arts frauds and cults, I get asked a question often, which is, has anyone actually gone and challenged any one of these people who run these cults to actually prove what they do and see if it works? Luckily for us, in this case, 100% we can say yes. Someone did go and did challenge them and did film it, and we get to see it. Observe. As you can see, it was tested twice and they got run over twice. But what exactly did the challenger think about the yellow bamboo cult after he challenged them and proved his point?
They're losers.
So it's time to give the yellow bamboo cult some Dillmans. After 4 hours and 55 mind-numbing minutes of checking out their level training, I can tell you that they believe in all kinds of nonsense. They believe that there's mantras that you can say that make you impervious to physical harm. There are things in there that talk about the ability to start and stop rain. Clearly, every time it seems to have been tested, they get run over like a bulldozer. This guy, obviously, the cult is getting 5 out of 5 Dillmans. I didn't even think that was a question. Take this video I did, for example. This particular YouTuber is extremely famous with millions of YouTube followers and even was able to get herself a stunt credit on the movie Shang-Chi. How did she start off her career? By convincing people that she had Tanaga Dalam powers, and still tries to convince people to this day that she does have these powers, like being able to break a rock with just her chi powers from across the room, or being able to kick a concrete pillar with her shins and break the concrete when clearly it was CGI'd in and that's already been debunked. But she's still trying to convince people of this nonsense today. And what happens is she gets super famous, and now that almost solidifies that she does maybe have these type of superpowers, and it's that allowed her to work her way into Hollywood. Now she can continue to manipulate people. It's nonsense. Also in that video, local martial artists did challenge them to reproduce some of the claims that they had in person, and whenever those martial artists showed up, rather than meeting her and her instructor, they were met with their lawyers instead. So, quite ridiculous, and clearly they can't do the things that they claim. I myself am happy to, by the way, fly over, and we can recreate them as well. So I have an open challenge for you guys too. If she would like to double down on her Tanaga Dalam powers, I am happy to bring my film crew over and we will film the entire thing, and you can prove me wrong, but you won't. that brings us to the question of the day, which, by the way, I love the question of the day because I get to find out if you actually watch the entire video. Do you believe in any supernatural things, whether it be ghosts or superpowers or telekinesis, whatever it may be? Do you believe in anything supernatural, and what is it and why? I can't wait to hear about what you guys have to say about this video and supernatural abilities in the comment sections. I'm looking forward to reading them. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all that other crap people online tell you to do. Keep the martial arts legit.
My baby got robbed the other day by degenerates. So she wanted to learn some new form of this self-defense. So she did her research and perused it online and found this dude said he could move shit with his mind. He called himself Seafood Paul Zimmerman. He got a dojo with a strip mall near Cinnabon. Now she spends all day trying to break boards with her thoughts, but the only thing she's breaking is my little life.